Welcome to the Brendan Inch Show.
Oh, I'm here with Dr. Fredrickson to discuss the school year next year. So, Dr. Fredrickson, the school year is supposed to be starting August 24th, correct?
Yes, it's starting a little bit later. We had a new kind of state statute that was approved by the legislature that required schools to start later. There's only so far you could start before Labor Day. And it was, there was some different groups that lobbied. I think the canoeing industry lobbied pretty hard for this, as well as Silver Dollar City and maybe some other groups connected with the state fair and so forth. And so over the last several years, schools have been inching their start days back further and further so that they can complete first semester before winter break. It's kind of hard to come back. It used to be, we would do our finals after winter break and maybe finish first semester. Next, it kind of makes it sort of disjunct, and so schools are trying to do that so that we had some separation there. But you know, it used to be that you had to have 60 hours in a class for a semester to have what's considered a Carnegie unit, and that's what was required for credit, and so that's why it was kind of set up that way. But since we've been given some more flexibility with hours in our calendar, we've been able to do some unique things, and so we've been able to set the start date back a little bit, or push it forward, I guess you would say, however you want to look at it, compared to before, and not really interrupt the first semester, second semester split too much. We still have to do a little bit after the first of the calendar year, but it's not too bad.
Okay. Do you think this will benefit people in the Bowling Green School District?
I think it's 6 1 half dozen the other. I think you know, if schools are starting later, they're usually going later, and so that cuts into the summer on the other end. But the fact that they gave us some more flexibility with respect to hours instead of days of a requirement in our calendar, I don't think our students will feel too much, except for maybe getting to start school a little bit later, enjoy a little bit at the end of their summer.
How do you think the hours will work with snow days next year?
Sure. So what we have to do is that we have to plan for 1,044 hours. And basically how this works is that you're able to count from the beginning of the day to the end of the day and subtract lunch and one passing time. It's weird how this rule is set up. And so that's how you figure out how many hours that we're in school, and you have to have 1,044 hours in a year. Plus, you have to build in 36 hours, which for most schools, for makeup, for most schools that's about 6 days. Since we're in hours and not days, the whole day thing is a moot point. And so on top of 1,044, you have to go build the 36 hours in there. So, you know, so I guess as long as we don't go beyond those 36 hours of snow days, then we won't have anything to make up. Which is what we did this year. We built that into our calendar this year, and we have gone a little bit beyond that, but our makeup is not going to look near like it was last year.
I can see that.
Of course, you seniors don't care, right?
Yeah, seniors, we don't care. So what is the approximate end of school date for next year?
For next school year. So
Yes.
I think I went ahead and printed it off here so I can refer to it. Right now, the last day is the 19th of May, so it's a little bit later than this year as a planned, but not huge. And there's some schools that I know closer to St. Louis that are going into June because of this calendar. So we were able to be creative a little bit with our hours to ensure that that wouldn't happen. Even as close as Warrenton, I think, is going pretty close to June, but you know, Parkway, Rockwood, they're all going into June. But for us, it's May 19th, and then the teacher's last day is the 20th. Now, if we miss you know, more than those 36 hours, and then we have to start adding that to the end. That's kind of how we do it. You know, this year, we have the same situation in place for the end of our school year. We're going to go to the board and ask and see if we can make 2 of our half days. The one that first Wednesday in April and the first Wednesday in May, make them full days. So we have less to make up at the end. And if we did that, I think we were able to figure it out. It's about a day and a half we'd have to add to the end of the year this year if we did that. So, you know, it's not too bad.
Okay, that's not bad. So what is your outlook for the next school year?
Overall, there are a lot of things I'm excited about. You know, our attendance this year, our overall enrollment is up. We've added like 50 kids in our average daily attendance, which is huge. which is great. People want to come to school here. I think we've got some exciting programs on tap. We're working with a partnership with Project Lead the Way, which is kind of a STEM, sort of like science, technology, engineering, math program. We know that the number 1 and number 2 jobs that are available in Missouri right now are computer science and computer programming, and cyber, all sorts of jobs around cybersecurity, that kind of thing. And so we're working on implementing some computer science and programming, and this has come from some of our students. They have requested more classes around this in their applications for the Belcher Scholarship. Our board reads those, and this has been one of those things that has come up. But we also are going to look at doing some Project Lead the Way STEM sorts of coursework in our middle school, Gateway to Technology classes. And then we're trying to hire an elementary computer teacher, so if you know anybody who wants to come. So we're trying to implement the Project Lead the Way launch program, which is starting to learn how to code and that kind of thing even at the elementary level. So I'm excited about that. We've got some work around trying to get a gifted program going and trying to serve many of our students that qualify for some extensions in the classroom. I'm excited about that as well. And so I'd like to see some robotics things getting started if we get a gifted program going, trying to get some things happening around that. So there's a lot of fun new opportunities for our kids.
Well, it sounds like the school year coming up is going to be really good.
Well, we've got a lot in store, it seems.
Well, thank you for your time.
It's my pleasure. Thank you all for...
Good morning, Bowling Green. This is your Bowling Green weather. I'm Frederick Starr, and this is Simple Simon. On Monday, March 9th, there will be showers, a high of 58, a low of 40, 50% precipitation, the wind will be 12 miles per hour, and the humidity will be 89%.
On Tuesday, March 10th, it will be mostly cloudy with a high of 52 and a low of 39. 20% chance precipitation and 7-mile-per-hour winds. 74% humidity.
On Wednesday, March 11th, there will be showers, a high of 49, low of 34, 40% precipitation, the wind will be 9 miles per hour, and 78% humidity. Now on to you, Simple Simon.
On Thursdays, March 12th, it will be partly cloudy with a high of 52 and a low of 37. 20% chance precipitation, 7-mile-per-hour winds. 65% humidity.
On Friday, March 13th, there will be showers, a high of 53, low of 40, 50% precipitation, and 9-mile-per-hour winds, and 68% humidity. And that's all for your weather.